Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Apex Racing TV for the British Sim Racers Formula Renault Championship, heading towards the close of the season. And we return once again to the Road Atlanta circuit in the United States. Andrew Woodhouse here. I will be alongside Alex Simpson. He'll be along in a few minutes' time. But and Adam Bath, hopefully, for the last two races of the evening. We've got 4 of them tonight. First one is 15 minutes to determine the amount of laps that we need for the rest of them. And then we're going to have lapped races from then on. Currently halfway through the qualifying session. Jack Keithley's on pole position. No Martin van Loozenhoorn this week. So Keithley, it's going to be a good opportunity for him to take back that championship lead. Samuel Libert is in second. Josh Thompson third. Stephen Baxter fourth. Fifth is Paul Denton. Sixth, Yannick Ongener. Seventh, Christian Rose. Eighth, Yosonig. Rafe Cullinan is in ninth. Roy Verke 10th. David Waldock is in 11th. And Tom Depka currently at the back. But still a few minutes left of this session, of course. Road Atlanta, it's a technical circuit, it's flowing. Got a fast S's section, it's got a long straight. A couple of heavy braking areas as well. And so we're going to see some overtaking, I'm sure, into the chicane near the end of the lap. Potentially into turn 1 as well, because of the way that last corner kind of opens out onto the main straight. Bringing Alex Simpson now, iRacing World Championship driver. And Alex, hello mate. Road Atlanta, what do you make of this track, and how's it going to affect the championship, do you think?
Hello everybody, welcome. Yeah, love Road Atlanta. It's a bit of a Marmite track, I find. You really, first time you sort of come here, you don't like it. It's the high curbs in places, the bumps that are there. It's really demanding, and you have to really feed the car through the lines just perfectly to be quick here, and it catches a lot of people out. But once you get to know where everything is on the circuit, those places that you need to avoid to get the maximum lap time, it's actually a really fun place to drive. So it should be a good meeting tonight. Of course, we were here not too long ago, so drivers have got setups that they can revert back to, and yeah, just get back up to speed. Like you say, no Martin, no Kip, no Adam, that have been racing regularly in the last weeks, and we've still got sort of, we're still at 12. So we'd have had like 15, nearly 16 drivers tonight, which would have been, getting back to where we want it. So, yeah, a bit of a shame that they're not here. So they come and go as they are, but should be good. Sorry, mate.
No, I was going to say we've got no John McCutchinson either, and there's a couple of others even who potentially would have. I think Ben Hackerson signed up to the league. I think we've had, of course, no Dave Baker. He might turn up at some point. So,
and I definitely think there'll be some back for that will make the showdown, at least in the teams part of it as well. I know like John Godfrey and people like that are going to come back for the teams part because the teams are in the showdown. So, talking about you mentioned the points. Points are up on screen at the moment as well. Keithley leads the way on 8,049, pretty much locked in with the amount of wins and points that he's got for the showdown now. Martin van Loozenhoorn as well, he's definitely locked in with the amount of wins that he's got. Paul Denton is in third place for Faker Simsport Europe. Then we've got Christian Rose, Josh Honig, and then it's Stephen Baxter. Samuel Lebert moved himself up into 7th, Kip Stevens in 8th. Rafe Cullinan in 9th, and then Tom Depka. The wildcard spots at the moment are Baker and Thompson. So Thompson needs to get himself up and into that top 10. So he's really going to be looking to fight the likes of Depka. So
if Baker, for instance, decides to come back, then he could potentially.
Exactly. Josh needs some wins, and
find a way to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Josh can still get in with the wildcards. Obviously, remember he's in the AM Championship, so it'd be good to get him in the main overall fight as well.
But he needs to stay out of trouble, something that he's not managed to do for most of the season, unfortunately.
In a nutshell, isn't it? So Paul Denton leads the way in the AM, by the way, by Rose, Honig, Baxter, Kip Stevens, Rafe. So a lot of the AMs in there as the pro drivers have dropped away. Couldn't hack the pressure, I will say.
I don't think they could.
Big engine babies, that's what they were. So a little tap here and there, getting knocked out. I don't know. So they got knocked around a bit. They were still in the top 10, still fighting for all the prizes and the prize money and get it on the TV and stuff like that. But in the end, they couldn't hack it, so they bailed on it. So yeah, more information on some of that stuff will come shortly.
Yes.
As for the teams championship, Faker Simsport Europe lead the way, then Apex Racing UK, and then Apex Racing Academy, CQR Club, and Pro Sim are your top 5.
Excellent. They might be the only 5 that are left. But
Well,
anyway,
I think they are, but yeah.
Anyway, we have seen in the last few weeks, however, that we've had some really good racing despite the low numbers, and it really has been a strange series in that the racing seems to have got better as the numbers seem to have got lower.
I'm not surprised, to be honest. The people obviously come into it just sort of a bit gung-ho while it's a league and all that sort of stuff, and just going to go for it and doesn't give any respect to the drivers that they race. They're always going to end up in the wall or crashing or whatnot, and now that the people have stuck it out, they've got used to racing around the guys that they're racing around. They know what they're like, and that's when you start to get the good racing. So it always takes a couple of seasons to build up. You get your regulars, people come in, just a bit like the Rukmatech series that we do last night. That's been running for years.
Fantastic series.
And that's in cars that, who wants to drive the Mustang? When they get more.
They even told us they don't even want to drive the Mustang.
But it's such a good series.
They kind of have to.
Yeah, that they enjoy it. So. I guess the same could be said about the BSR TC as well,
Yeah, the Kia, it's not the best car to drive, but it's a good car to race, and a fantastic car to race, in fact. And the same with, and you know what, the Formula Renault is such a fantastic car, and it's got good participation across iRacing. So, there are weeks left. If you want to come along, have a little go, then do it. We don't know yet whether there'll be any more seasons of this. I guess that'll have to be discussed in the intervening time and whatever, but
maybe not in the same format. But
no, definitely not in the same format. I would imagine. But our little idea that we had, I must admit, it has still come pretty much all the way full circle, all the way through the year, and we're nearly at the end of it now. So some of the best ideas are thought up in a pub, Alex, and this wasn't such a bad one. It's just a shame that it's become, that it didn't fulfil its potential, I would say, anyway.
Yeah, like you say, a bit unfortunate.
Anyway, let's stop harping on about that, and let's harp on about some racing, because we've got quite a lot of it here at Road Atlanta. Going to see it very, very shortly. Jack Keithley takes to the grid in pole position.
Green, green, green.
And we have the red lights on now, and with the green light is on. Here we go then, Jack Keithley. Fantastic start, but he has to cover off Samuel Libert and his teammate Stephen Baxter even into turn 1. Baxter trying to take second place away from Libert. Be important for Faker if he can do that, and he has. Libert into the S's section, up into P2. That is very, very important for Faker and for Jack Keithley. Now in third position is Samuel Libert, fourth is Josh Thompson, then it's Paul Denton battling away with Yannick Ongena. Denton's got a bit of a slow run out of the corner. The end of the S's. Ongena trying to go around the outside into the double apex right-hander. You don't find any grip really out there in that first part.
Thompson just took Libert as well. That was a nice little move. He saw that Libert really wasn't shaping up for anything going into the first of the 90 degrees rights, and stuck his car onto the inside, felt like he could brake a bit later, and did exactly that. So Libert's going to have to fight back now.
Ongena versus Denton, but then in the foreground it's Thompson versus Stephen Baxter. Up the inside goes Thompson. Baxter trying to fight back. Thompson cuts him off. Libert surely he's going to take advantage of this. Coming through the final corner. He's got the speed, Libert. Can he fight back? Meanwhile, Ongena and Denton are knocking spots off each other. Baxter flies up the inside of Thompson. I can see it's going to go wrong, Alex, surely.
Well, just holding my breath for the minute. Tricky to get two cars through there. They've just managed it. So this is great fighting from Baxter. We don't normally see him go wheel to wheel with these guys. So really giving it everything out there. And he's a driver that's come on massively throughout this season.
He's doing it for his team as well. And for himself, Stephen Baxter. He leads this train of, well, the rest of the field, really. Jack Keithley's away, 2 seconds clear, maybe more than that now. But Thompson, it's a good run out of that 90 right. Let's see if he can get anything done on Stephen Baxter, the Scottish driver in the Faker Sim Sport car. Clear, but is he clear too early, Josh Thompson? Because Baxter actually can get back in the slipstream. Is he going to have a look on Thompson? No, he doesn't. Libert either. And Honig now goes past Denton. So Paul Denton flying down the order after qualifying in 5th. And that's P7 now for him. So
Epka with problems as well. It's just disappeared off the track. And once again, Baxter trying to shape up Thompson. Thompson defending the inside this time. Doesn't want to try and let Baxter go through. Baxter gets a sweep through the corner. I thought he was going to run into the back of him. That's checked him up. Libert trying to go around the outside now.
Thompson held the apex. Baxter loses the car, but manages to keep it. Beautiful car control. And Libert is going to get through, I think, here. Yes, he does. So that's up into P3 for the Frenchman, Samuel Libert.
Yeah, great move from Sam. Really come from the mistake from Baxter, giving him just a little bit of room there, but then all out of shape. Saved the car. Looked amazing. So great save from Baxter. Still out there fighting strong. Now here's Libert within striking distance of Thompson. He's 7/10 of a second back, so he's lost the draft. Only just. You get the smallest amount from 6/10 of a second back. But as you get closer, it just gets progressively more and more. So he's going to have to fight his way back up there, but he's going to have to hold off Baxter, who's firmly back in the draft. Maybe we'll look for a move into the braking zone, he decides.
But will he not get any draft there at all then?
None at all. 7/10, you get nothing.
Wow. Here we go then. I suppose that it doesn't provide a massive weight, does this Formula Renault really? A reasonable amount of downforce, but those skinny wings are not really breaking the air up too much. And the slowdown for Samuel Libert, it looks like. And that
in that chicane there, you can get that. Just take too much.
He lost it, I think, a little bit, didn't he? Ended up sort of bouncing over the inside of one of the corners. But down the hill, this is a fantastic section when you get it right. It's an awful one if you're struggling with the balance of the car.
Yeah, these cars tend to eat it up pretty easily through there, flat out, no real issues. But yeah, it's absolutely a whole load of fun in like the GT cars where you're trying your best to get it through there flat out.
Yeah, yeah.
And the car just wants to sort of understeer. You're like, come on, turn. But yeah, fantastic feeling in these cars. And I remember the old FW31 through that section. Absolutely. Balls to the wall kind of thing. Just sticks through there so far, so much power. It's awesome.
They held the iRacing Grand Prix Series races here, didn't they? In the old seasons, and Samuel Libert now going up the inside of Belgium's Yannick Ongenet. Here he goes. Speaking of Belgians, two in the field today. Roy Verwerke in 11th position, just behind David Waldock as a newcomer to the series. Good to have new drivers in. And I wonder if there's a stat of how many drivers we've had during the entire season. There will be somewhere, I imagine. Jack Keithley leads by 4 seconds. You were talking about the GT cars, mate. When we came back from Germany, myself and Ryan, we did some races in the GT cars around here. Goodness me, it's tough to do, 25 minutes or whatever it was around here at full pelt.
Yeah, very easy to get wrong around here. You just, like I say, pick up one of those curbs wrong, push a little bit wide, and you're on the ragged edge, and really can throw you into a wall very, very quickly. These cars even worse, like coming off of the S's section there, that high curb to the right. So easy to get that car bottomed on that curb. And, yeah, you're pretty much a passenger then until you get off it.
Yeah, of course the car can't turn when it's in the air. Or when part of it is, anyway. Keithley flying along.
I was actually going to say Thompson, I think, is catching him. 3.7 seconds live time. The last lap was only a 1/10 of a second. The gap before that was about 4/10. So he is catching up.
Bodes well for the evening's racing, really, does that, doesn't it? Because so often we see a driver running away with it across the whole meeting.
Obviously sporting Thompson's new livery. It's It's worth pointing out that in the series, his points are still going towards the Apex Academy group. So he's still fighting to try and get that team into the showdown, and we'll share all the prizes out amongst that whole crew.
Yep. And hopefully a successful end to the season for them as well. They've done a pretty good job actually. The Apex Academy team have done a hell of a lot better job than what the main team have done, to be honest. Up 6 here at Road Atlanta. With the final chicane. We'll see what the timing is this time. Alex said that there was a 110 differential last time. 3.7, now down to 3.6, and now it's just a little bit off that again. So Thompson slightly quicker again, Alex, but not a significant amount.
Sorry about that.
Sorry,
not enough to close up with the rest of this race as well. Yeah, if you haven't guessed it by now, I'm trying to eat my dinner and commentate at the same time. It's been one of those days where I've been full on. So, yep, dominoes for me. Sorry, guys.
Rafe Cullinan's off, Alex.
Catch that up. It's got a fair bit of damage. Let's hit a replay and see what we get.
He hasn't lost any places, so it's just a spin. Oh, he hasn't hit anything, I don't think. He's alright, no damage at all.
Just the angle of the when we joined that just looked like the wing was damaged, but you're right, no issues whatsoever.
So he'll be on his merry way. He should be able to pull away from these two again, David Waldock. Although David Waldock is going to get a nice respite here, be able to get the slipstream and get away from Roy Viverke potentially. Even Baxter, Alex, has dropped down behind this group, so he's last at the moment.
I don't know what's going on with him, because he... Right there, wasn't he? Did we see something? What?
I didn't see anything, but
he must have had something that we didn't see.
I'll tell you what it was. Oh, he's had a crash. And it was at the top of the hill, you know, the awkward left-hander.
Yep, the high curb that I was on about.
He's missed. He hasn't even hit the curb, but he's had a spin. He didn't hit the wall. It looked like he did. He hasn't, I don't think so.
Interestingly, now that LeBear is free and he hasn't made any more mistakes, he's by far the quickest driver out there. 0.6 of a second faster. This last one by. What we might not see is Thompson catch Keithley, but we might see LeBear onto the tail of Thompson at the end.
Yeah, and it's going to be close. There's 1.3 seconds between the two of them. At least that was at the end of the previous lap. We'll see the gap, of course, next time round. Thompson took another half a tenth out of Keithley, so very, very evenly matched these two. And I'm hoping that we can get some kind of a very close battle between them later on tonight. I'm sure we will at some stage. Been 4 races tonight, 17.7 for Keithley. And then Thompson does a 17.5. So 1.5 tenths out of it. So Thompson driving beautiful. This is probably the best I've seen Thompson driving all season in terms of how consistent he's being, Alex. Just very slowly reining in Keithley's. His last 5 laps have been within 0.3 of a second of each other. That's pretty good. Tom Depka's out of the race as well. I don't know, like you said.
Well, he disappeared, didn't he?
Christian Rose has had a problem. Oh, Rose has got major damage.
That's Rose done.
Out of the race, Christian Rose. I don't know what caused that. Oh, I do now.
Bear within half a second now.
It's the same corner, Alex, as where Rafe Cullinan bit the dust. It just bounced a little bit on the exit, and as he was getting the power down, it just goes around and Rose the fence. Not a lot we can do.
Off, late move for LeBear up the inside into the chicane. Josh doesn't really defend it at all. He knows he needs the points to get in that top 10.
What a lap from LeBear, because he was quite some distance behind at the start of it. 1 second. And now really coming into his own. But Thompson's going to Potentially go, well, he tried to go around the outside. He might get a cutback, but there's hardly any distance there, Alex, between the apex of turn 1 and turn, well, what is probably technically turn 3.
Yeah, I think the Bear's got the actual raw pace that he'll be able to pull away through this section. And yeah, we're already 0.6 of a second clear on the live timing, so...
Dear me. He's on the grass there, mate.
Yeah, got...
Thompson's going on the inside.
Exactly where he got him earlier on as well.
Nice
so
commentator's curse there.
back through.
Just went a tiny bit wide at the top of that hill again. Just car bounces around a little bit on the exit. Doesn't want to settle. So, you know, Adam said about Martin van Loozenhout when he was racing from Silverstone, wasn't it? On the having a crash there.
For us, good action. Back up the inside, little lock up for the Bear.
Has he got to slow down? I wonder, because took a lot of that inside. He even took some of the grass. I think he might have got away with it. But what that's allowed is Jack Keithley to have pretty much sealed the race. 5 seconds is the gap. The Bear using all the track, every centimetre of it. Very quick line through turn 1.
Yeah, a lot of commitment going through there. So it's amazing how much downforce these little cars produce, and you really can lean on it there. The uphill compression really amplifies the downforce that you get, so you can throw it in and get on that power so aggressively.
David Waldock and Roy Ververke are still fighting over 8th place. Stephen Baxter can't do anything about these guys at all, and Baxter was running 2nd for the first 2 or 3 laps of the race, and he's just obviously had a spin, but really hasn't had the pace since.
I didn't see any damage that I could see when we had him on screen earlier on, so yeah, not sure what's going on there. But yeah, like you say, since that spin, nothing. 17.4 was his quickest lap in the race, so it's been on it. Something's obviously up with the car.
There'll be just one lap to go when we come around this one.
We're watching this battle with Verke. He is 0.4 of a second coming out of this corner, so should have a run going on to the straight.
He's got a good slipstream here. Quite a long straight for these Formula Renaults, and he's taking good advantage of it, Roy Ververke. Going up the inside on David Waldock. Can he defend it into the chicane? He's learnt the brakes, he's Waldock, but he's going to run a bit wide here, and I think that's going to be it for him. Or is it? Verke left him a lot of space. He's through. I think Roy was a bit too gentlemanly there, Alex. Nearly gave him the run back on the inside.
Yeah, indeed. Needs to hold on to it now. Final lap PR. Where is Jack? He is halfway through the lap, coming on to the back straight now.
Already.
Onto this back straight, which
lap,
if you've watched Need for Speed, you can famously get over 200 mile an hour in a Mustang in. What a load of bull.
There you go. As, we said what about the Mustang earlier on? Well, it's not that fast, ladies and gentlemen. If you tune into the Ritmatech Sports Car Series, it's not going to do 200 miles an hour, I can assure you that. But Jack, and neither is Jack Keithley, to be honest, in this Formula Renault. However, it's going to come across. And, well, it really was the start that made it for him. He's fastest in all 3 sessions and wins here at Road Atlanta, BSR Formula Renault Series. Samuel Lebert, P2 for him. Josh Thompson in 3rd. And I bet Thompson and Lebert, Alex, I bet they wouldn't thought they would, well, they wouldn't have thought, oh, wait a minute, Waldock and Ververke again, wheel to wheel, in the final, for 8th position. Ververke with a good move to get back in the chicane.
You know what, it doesn't matter where you are on the grid. If you're having good fun racing with someone out there, and Ververke's nice and clean, and it looks like David is going to be very, very similar as well. You can have a lot of fun.
Hey, we've seen
that's what they've had there. They've just had a great race between themselves there. They'll be pumped and really chuffed with that, and of course, Roy holding on to that position will be dead chuffed.
Hey, we've seen some races because we've covered a lot of mixed class racing here over the last couple of years, and we've seen some mixed classes where there's only been 4 or 5 cars in them, and yet they've had some great battles. So it doesn't matter whether there's 50 cars or there's 15 cars, you're still going to get if the competition's close, it's still going to be a hell of a lot of fun. That means, by the way, this result means that Stephen Baxter is going to get onto pole position. So he'll be hoping this time to maintain that front-running pace, but 40 seconds off the lead, he'll be wondering exactly what went wrong there. And let's take you through the finishing order then. Jack Keithley winning the race, 4.3 seconds clear of Samuel Lebert, just cruising at the end really was Keithley. Thompson in third. Performance from him. Those two traded places a few times. That was a very, very good battle indeed. Yannick Ongener in fourth. Fifth, Jos Honig. Sixth, Paul Denton. Rafe Cullinan in seventh, despite a spin and a loss of about 7 seconds. Roy Ververke we saw coming out on top in P8. Ninth for David Waldock in his what I believe is his first race of the series. 10th is Stephen Baxter. Again, he did have a spin and quite a long recovery time of about... He lost about 15, 16 seconds. But that still would have only put him in 7th place. So he's got a lot of thinking to do on that one. He was up in P2, like we said, for pretty much the first third of the race. Christian Rose in 11th place, 5 laps down. We saw he crashed in the middle sector. And I didn't see what happened to Depker, Alex. Did you manage to...
Didn't
know
know
why he finished 11 laps
He just disappeared, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Might have had a disconnection then, Depker. But hey, that was a good first race here at Road Atlanta. We'll be hoping for a lot more of the same when we return in the iRacing MSA British Sim Racers Formula Renault Series.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Truex in the outside contact, mate. 56 slides in at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even. Give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
it's going to go like this, and then up that, and then this will probably open that, and then that's going to make sense. And then over this side we'll have commercial. I thought it's kind of a commercial area. Why not? All along there, that should hopefully get power from there. If someone builds in that area, they will get power. So hopefully they won't yet. And industrial we want direct highway connections to, so we want to make sure that's close to the highway. I think farming will be kind of cool though. It worked really well. Like having it under this and all that, so I think it would be cool. These are dirt wizards. Should have it come up there. I think, I don't know if there's going to be zoning under the bridge. I don't think it does zoning. It doesn't. That's annoying. Now I do, like there's this thing as well, we can technically force zoning, but I tested that. I don't think that works. It does that. So I think that's just because it's between there. That's annoying. I wish I could actually have proper zoning there. But
Hello everybody, welcome back to Apex Racing TV and race number 2 of the BSR Formula Renault 2.0 series. We are at Road Atlanta. Alex Simpson, Andrew Woodhouse here, and Adam Bath will be with us for races 3 and 4 tonight. Sorry about that, yeah, just we got caught a little short there, and yeah, I had a random video on the background. And yeah, so first race, pretty happy with that one. Good racing out there. Josh and Lebert very nipped and tucked the whole way through. They've definitely got the pace to challenge Keithley tonight as well. And I think Jack, with a bit of slipstream, is going to be able to be right with them as well. So I think we could have pretty epic three-way battles later on in this one, Andrew.
Yeah, I think you're right. A few drivers on very similar pace. No Martin van Loozen, of course, this week, but we'll not let that stop us having some excellent racing. We saw that in race 1. And onto the grid now. Stephen Baxter on pole. David Waldock alongside him on the front row. Then in third is Roy Ververke. Rafe Cullinan in fourth. Paul Denton 5th. Jos Honig 6th. Yannick Ongener 7th. Josh Thompson 8th. Samuel Lebert 9th. Race 1 winner Jack Keithley in 10th. Christian Rose 11th. And Tom Depker in 12th. For those new to the series, races 2, 3 and 4 are all reversed from the previous race order. The last classified car that is under 2 laps down gets onto pole position. Who's your money on, Alex, for this one? I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think it is going to be interesting. I'm going to go with Lebert on this one, I have to say, a bit further forward.
I would have gone for Baxter if he didn't capitulate in the second half of race 1. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, not much time to go then before the red lights come on. We hear these Renaults fire up into life. These 2-litre engines are ready to go.
Green.
Now, as the green light is on. Nice even start from everybody. It'll be very interesting into turn 1. It's not turn 1 really that's the problem in this circuit, Alex, is it? It's the... Oh, wait.
Big crash. Big crash. Cars have come back onto the circuit as well.
That's Honig, Rose and Keithley off. Keithley no damage, it doesn't look like. That's not what can be said for Jos Honig. And Yannick Ongener in the pits as well, so we've lost...
Depko not there either.
We've lost 3 cars then at the start. Well, Cullinan's still going, but I think... Not sure for how long. Stephen Baxter, however, leading. David Waldock second. Roy Ververke third. It's as you were with the front 3. Josh Thompson, no. Talking Roy Ververke. He's going to try and get through into the chicane, surely. Thompson's going to get that one done before the chicane. Ververke's car never has very good straight line speed. He must prefer to set it up for the corners. Yeah, it seems to be struggling out there just a tad to keep up with Josh Thompson, but Thompson now is right with David Waldock. He's going to get this one done surely into the first corner now. It's superior speed, and that's the difference, Alex, with precious little dirty air coming from these machines. Faster drivers just seem to find it so easy to get through, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. And Josh never afraid to take some of the wing out and tends to run.
Over Verke, wide.
Right behind Lebert now, but yes, so Josh always runs it car really trimmed out, so really can capitalise on the speed. He's not as quick through the corners, and sometimes lap time you can lose a little bit, but it does open you, makes it a little bit easier to get moves done. So I think that's why we saw really Lebert close in quite quickly. But actually, when they were together, it was a full-on fight because Lebert was vulnerable to Josh's straight line speed.
You've got 3 fairly decent straightaway sections here, and this is one of them. And Samuel Lebert is the latest one to take advantage of David Waldock here, or we'll see, because Waldock is going to fight back up the inside. Lebert's so late on the brakes, and Denton having a look on Verke into the chicane as well. Verke leaves in the room, and good move by Denton.
Thompson right on the back of Baxter, so Baxter's chance. These guys are going to have another little battle, and I tell you what,
Cullinan's had to go to the pits, by the way, as well, Alex.
That's a shame. We lost like 4 cars.
4 cars out with Depke, yes.
Just not able to get the same sort of lap times as he was at the start of the first race, is he, Baxter? And
sometimes, he's through already.
Straight
Thompson.
through, and that's just a place that you would never normally get by. So
can't overtake
really unsure.
Cannot overtake in that section usually, mate. And that's
the gas pedal's only going like 2/3 down now. All of a sudden,
would that be what it is? Do you think he's got a drag? You think he's dragging a brake or something?
Oh, it could. Yeah, it could well be a hardware problem, like you say, like a spiky brake or something like that. So it's just sort of registering the brake every now and again, or perhaps it's just not quite getting
off pedal type.
Yeah, it's just getting like. Maybe needs like a dead zone or something in the at the top there as well, because he's just not quite getting 100% gas. Who knows?
Although straight line speed is fine.
Something a little strange.
Maybe he's feeling. Could be feeling a bit under the weather because.
Oh, look at Denton and Keithley.
Yeah, he was.
Through. Teammates letting each other go, aren't they?
Suddenly, Alex. By the way, now he's behind Thompson. Seems to have picked up again. He seems to be able to keep up with Thompson in the corners.
Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? So,
when he was in front, some drivers do like to chase other drivers instead of be the leader.
Sort of spotting where how they're turning in and they're braking and things like that.
They break off the other person and stuff sometimes, don't they? But that's that disadvantage, isn't it? I'm not going to speak for Stephen because I don't know. I hate to sort of try to speak for people and say what they're thinking or not thinking. But I know you always used to say to me, you need to have proper braking markers because. So that you're the same when you're in front as you are when you're behind another driver, because you can't always, suddenly when you get into the lead, you won't know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I always, big advocate of finding your markers on the side of the track somewhere, so that you can. It doesn't matter whether, like you say, whether you're following or on your own, you can absolutely go for it. As here comes Lebert going for it. Right, I did that in the IMSA Series race at Suzuka and got a victory, so it does work, of course. You're probably saying, oh, duh, at home, why didn't you do that for all those years you've said you've been racing for? But it's just something it's just a habit, isn't it, or a lack of one. Samuel Lebert's habit seemed to be taking positions early on in this race, because he's up from 9th, and this may be cementing P2. It is, but have you seen the pace of Baxter now, Alex? He's within just about half a second of Thompson. Yeah, and he got overtaken there as well, so he lost a bit of time with that. So
he got overtaken in this section, there, which is like impossible to pass in.
Just here is where he's slow. He struggles through there, which is weird because it's coming out of the blind corner. It's flat out.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit unsure as to why he loses the time through there. Perhaps just a bit of a lack of commitment on that, getting on the power from the blind right-hander. Yeah, exactly. So
he might not have. Well, he did have a spinning race one as well, didn't he? So, and it's daft because you say, oh, it's only sim racing, but you lose confidence. a moment like that, and suddenly you think, oh, am I actually capable of going through there flat out? Even though you know that you've done it in practice, you've done it in qualifying. Jack Keith up to 4th, by the way, so moving up well after that early setback.
I think he'll catch up to his
quick.
teammate.
He's Keithley out there at the minute.
Yeah, I've equalled Thompson's lap time that last time by, so there's definitely nothing between those two. So if we see them together on the track, it's going to be a great battle. The Bear closing in, but actually he's not closed in. He lost a tiny little bit of time that one.
Ironically,
0.7 of a second, so just in that sort of dirty air wake, but getting absolutely none of the benefits of the draft.
Look at that. I mean, Stephen Baxter only got past about 3 laps ago, and he's only 1.5 seconds behind now. But yet Thompson took 1.5 seconds out of him in less than a lap, and it didn't look like he made any mistakes.
Like you say, some people just are more confident behind following, you know. So
yeah, he's done well in the touring cars as well this season. Stephen Baxter.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe something to work with his teammates. You know, get him tucked up behind. Just get some get the feel of the laps. So how far he can really push it. So
Maybe
obviously Jack, the leader in that team, maybe he can help his teammate out there and work with him on that.
I know I'm definitely better though in a race than just driving around on my own.
And
that translates well to leading. So it's a good job, mate. I don't tend to lead too many races, isn't it?
0.4 of a second now, as I'll make that 0.5 as they cross the line.
Be a good battle when we get to it though, because as we said, they were quite evenly matched in terms of the dicing they were having. Lebert a bit quicker in the corners, Thompson fractionally quicker, it looks like, on the straights. So, and both of them are very aggressive on the brakes.
Yeah, Sam not losing any momentum through there whatsoever. Looks very good. It's great to watch the cars flow through there as well. Just sweep around.
But you see, Thompson just missed the line at the top of the hill, and it's very much like that first sector at Suzuka, isn't it, that we were talking about the other night? I said the other night, last night it was, wasn't it? And well, this morning it was today. Yeah. And we were talking about that in the arithmetic. It feels like a long time ago. And you get that first part wrong though. You're really chasing it all the way through, aren't you? And towards that final left-hander up over that crest.
Yeah, you can't get the sort of the sweepy right going in there. You can't get that wrong. Otherwise, yeah, like you say, you will be struggling somewhat.
Yep. And Thompson may well be struggling to keep the Bear behind because Samuel is on the prowl. Frenchman. Great speed in the fast corners from the Bear. He's right there now. Thompson defends the line. Both of these men. Oh, look at that from the Bear. Can he keep it around the outside? If he can, he's got the inside for this little dodgy little left-hander, right-hander at the kink, and the banging wheels, and there's contact. Off goes Lebert. Big one for Lebert into the wall, and that might well be that for Lebert. Oh, he nearly wipes out Keithley, and I think he's going to have to park this one.
Yeah, I think you're right there. All fair, that was just a racing instant. Josh had nowhere to go. He was as far over to the left of the track when the contact was made as he possibly could be without being on the grass. So Sam just squeezing him a little bit too much there. And yeah, goes to show. This is what we were talking about off air, wasn't it, Andrew? That that's the issue with this car. You know, you wheel to wheel like that, it can end your race. And I think a lot of people, especially the BSR, so used to having the Kia where you can wheel to wheel as much as you want like that, and it's just a 0x and Robbins racing kind of thing. And
yeah, you have a little tap, it's not really an issue.
It's not that, look at
even
the
in the GT cars, it's the same.
I mean, obviously it was the wall that did the most of the damage, but
yes,
it fires you off like that. So where the Kia just wouldn't give a rat's ass, would it?
It
got knocked on the side like that.
I think we can say that it's our channel. That's fine. Well, exactly. As whatever we want, well, within reason. I think it knocked him up in the air anyway, didn't it? And that's why he ended up getting shot off to the side. Now what we need to investigate, I don't know whether you can see better than I can, but is there any damage to Josh Thompson's car from that contact? Was any light the front wing maybe slightly bent? Yes, I think it is.
Get a good shot of that.
On the right-hand side, mate, I think it's bent on the front right, just a little bit. Now, what we're going to see, because Baxter has closed in a little bit, is it going to...
From the shot, yeah, we can just see it, like you say, just a
Not a
tiny
lot.
little bit, not a lot.
Can you bring up... Do you have a speed comparison there for us?
I can do that.
Potentially 230, 230...
Josh is still quicker, even with his trimmed out car.
Yeah, 241 for Thompson. Baxter now has just come alive, hasn't he? In terms of the... It's almost like he's seen that incident and gone, I can win this race.
Yeah, 120.5. Trouble is, he's got his teammate 0.3 of a second behind, and I think he will just let his teammate go.
Ah, Jack, yeah, there he is. Might happen sooner rather than later as well. Neither of them want to lose time, though. Alibert still going, actually, Alex, but...
yeah, I've seen that. He needs the points, doesn't he, to stay
actually,
inside
still.
the top 10, you know, at the end of the day. He wants to have a share of the prize monies that are up for grabs.
Well, it's going to be him versus Christian Rose. And if you look at those two cars next to each other, then you'll see why that could be quite a decent battle. Libert's got 16 seconds on Rose. Rose is lapping 6 seconds quicker, so it's going to be, yeah, it could be quite close.
It'll be quite close.
Rose is doing all right.
Honegger's just gone into the pits as well. And Lebert's hit the wall big time, so that's going to make it a little bit more interesting for him.
Oh, no.
That gap is down to 14 seconds. We'll keep an eye on that. Here comes Keithley on his teammate. No, just waits behind. Maybe he'll sit behind Baxter. I don't know.
Yeah, he just got, you know what, the floor. He just got the floor like high centered on the curb again, didn't he? He would have been hoping that would have straightened his steering out, but I don't think it has. I think he's hit the same side.
Same spot, isn't he?
Hit the same side twice, unfortunately.
Keithley's just second then. No fighting whatsoever from his teammates. So
I have to say though, I can't wait. By the way, sorry, mate, I can't wait to see the day on iRacing when we have wheels flying off and.
Oh yeah, come on, let's
have
some debris.
Because when he goes into the wall for a second time, he wouldn't have all four wheels on that car. I can pretty much guarantee you that.
No way.
Not runnable anyway, not drivable. Baxter versus Keithley, was it? Yeah, Keithley's through. Thompson's picked his pace up again, Alex, so it looks like that damage is not really affecting.
For the wing. So, like you say, anything is minor damage, so not really affecting him. Straight line speed was not affecting. That's the main thing. I think when you're talking wing damage in this Renault is if it really affects the straight line speed.
I don't think it's quite as bad as you mentioned since maybe before the patch. So yeah, I think it's okay. To be fair.
Look, anything else going on? No, it's all pretty strung out right now. 2.2 seconds is the lead. Can't see Keithley getting there on the final lap, but he'll be happy with another podium. And yeah, Baxter, great drive, only 3.5 seconds behind Josh. So, you know, he's lost a few places, but actually he's still, you know, there or thereabouts. Absolutely great drive. Paul Denton as well. And yeah, just Josh spoiling the faker SimSport guys' night so far.
You remember Suzuka though as well between Keithley and Thompson. So there's some bad blood there in the past. They don't like each other particularly, do they? I don't think so.
I don't think they do actually.
So I think we could have a very interesting situation if they do go wheel to wheel later on. I've got to give David Waldock some props actually in his like I say, what I believe is his first meeting of the season. Going to get a top 5. So well, I say that he's got to bring it to the end. He's got only 2 corners to go, but somebody's just got 1 more corner to go. It's Josh Thompson, new livery. Seems like a new attitude and a new start for Josh Thompson. Takes the win in round 2 of the evening. Well done him. Jack Keithley in second position from P10 on the grid. And Stephen Baxter on the podium. That is more like it's 4.4 seconds off only. To be fair, Alex, in 10 laps he only lost about 3 seconds. So Well done to Stephen. That's more like the pace that we're used to from him. Oh, and Libert and Rose has got Libert, Alex. Battle of the wounded, the invalids.
Good on the bear to finish off
Christian, oh no.
the wall. Why not? He's got it across the line. That was all that mattered. He got his points.
That fixed the steering though. That's what I would want to know, but he's not going to try that. But Josh Thompson apologising to Samuel Libert, but not convinced it was his fault really. I think he was, and that I don't know if that's the first time I've said that in a while, but he's I don't think he got enough space, did he?
No, exactly. Yeah, I just think it was, as far as I could see, he was as far over to the left as he could possibly get. You know,
Might have been even on the grass at one point.
So I think it was fair. He left him room on the apex, going through the blind right hander. Of course, the actual line is over the top of the curb. There's like a flatter bit there, and the bear didn't even hit that. He was wide of the curb completely. So Josh gave him plenty of room on that part of it as well. So
maybe Sam thought it was Adam.
Yeah.
Tried to dish out some punishment and ended up getting punished himself. Okay then, finishing order then for round 2 of the evening. Josh Thompson takes the win ahead of Jack Keithley, Stephen Baxter in 3rd, Paul Denton in 4th, David Waldock in 5th, first top 5 for him. Roy Ververke in 6th, Christian Rose in 7th, Samuel Lebert 8th in the battle of the walking wounded, as we said. Jos Honig, well, in fact, there were 4 drivers who retired earlier on. Tom Depker appeared to have possibly another internet issue. Yannick Ongener, Rafe Cullen and Jos Honig, they were all wiped out in that chaos in turn 1. Okay, 2 more races to go tonight on the BSR Formula Renault Series from Road Atlanta, and we'll see you back at the other side of the commercial break. We'll have those for you.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides in at a 4. Who's going to be into the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back to Apex Racing TV and the BSR Renault Formula Renault 2.0 Championship. We are on the grid, ready for race number 3 here at Road Atlanta. Great race on the last one. It is Lebert on pole position after the damage that he sustained. A few drivers obviously got that big DNF with turn 1 crash. We're going to hope that we don't see that once again. Sweeping through turn 1, everyone seems okay, giving them a little room. Tyres are still cold, a little wiggle here and there, but it does look a little bit better. Very close through the blind corner. David Waldock back towards the front. I think we're good. Andrew, no one with any issues this time. So we've got all 12 cars running out there through the first half of the lap anyway.
Excellent. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Just had something I had to deal with there, but back in halfway through the first lap, Samuel Lebert leading through this double apex right-hander onto the back straight. In Rose following him closely and close enough for the slipstream, Alex. Oh, Waldock! Waldock at this point, I think.
Yeah, what happened there? It just seemed to... Did he get hit from behind or something like that?
I'm not sure.
Rose through, down the straight, using that straight line speed. PQR car has got Lebert maybe got a bit more wing. He's going to fight back into the braking zone. Lots of scrapping going on further back, but Rose holding on to it. Lebert around the outside carries the momentum. That's great racing there. Baxter behind. He's going to want to try and have a go at Rose as quickly as he possibly can as well. Moves
and
out.
He's got to run on Lebert. Oh, crash! Massive crash in the background. There's 2 cars over.
Honig again out.
Lebert into the lead.
Rafe as well.
It's Lebert from Baxter, from Rose, Denton, Maverke, Thompson and Keithley. And Ongana has he been involved in that? I don't think he has. Depka has. Look at that. He's missing the front nose cone. Yeah, mate, not a good night for Honig and Cullinan. I think they've done about 7 laps between them, haven't they?
Yeah, not a lot. And Depka's not had the best of nights as well, with a couple of sort of non-starts in the first 2 races, and now no nose cone for this one. So
I wonder if we can see the replay, Alex, in a minute, maybe when we get a little bit of time.
Let's see if we can go back now. Obviously, it'll just be a bit too far back for us to find. Here we go. Right there, and actually, oh god, all 3 of them involved. Just the coming together of cars coming out of the final corner. It is tricky through there, and yeah, unfortunately they just all drifted into each other and kaboom.
Kaboom indeed. We've seen kaboom a few times this season, haven't we, really? Oh, just a news on our colleague Adam Bath. He's not missing in action. We might even get him for race 4, so here's hoping we're joined by him later.
Rose still on the tail of Baxter, just outside the draft. Baxter is in the draft of Lebert though, so looking a bit of a run. It's on the absolute brink and actually loses time down the straight, so he must be... Oh, I'm still on the replay.
Okay, now Keithley has the run on Thompson. This could be interesting. Remember Suzuka? Well, I do. Squeezed each other and ended up crashing. Heading towards the first corner. So we'll see what they do as they're on the approach to the chicane. And down this big dip, here comes Keithley thinking about the inside, but decides not to do it, locking up slightly. Good exit though. Look at that. Oh, he's almost alongside Alex through there. He's gonna... Oh no, here we go. Here we go. It's happening again.
Oh, had to get right out of the gas and then a good old weave back to the right, to the left for Josh as well.
This is not over. I can tell you that. And it will not be. This is what we wanted to see all night, really. These two. Oh,
there's
Christian Rose from 3rd position. No.
Very quick look at that, see what that was, and then we'll come back to this battle.
That puts Thompson into 3rd, but for how long, who knows. Stephen Baxter's right with Samuel Lebert as well, so that is not over at the front.
A little look, here we go into this blind corner. I'm thinking this is where it's going to be too much curb. Oh, I got just a little bit deep in there and then hit the curb on the outside. Bang.
The same thing that was it the same thing he did in the first race, was it?
I'm not sure it was the same as in the first.
Same corner?
But a fair few people have struggled there, that's for sure.
Here comes Keithley, Alex. Thompson's car is very quick in a straight line. Keithley.
He didn't really close that much up down the straight, did he? That
Thompson
just goes to show
moved
you
on
how trimmed out Josh is. Even that wing damage, he was still fast in a straight line.
Well, Thompson moved in the braking area there, by the way. No, he just took an early turn in.
Baxter right on Bear's tail here, so he's coming together at 17.5. That's his fastest lap of the race meeting.
I think of the evening for Baxter. It's flying out there. And Lebert, it looks like he's got nothing for it. What's happened to Samuel Lebert now? Same thing, looks like it's afflicting him that afflicted Baxter, and it's afflicted both of them now as they've crashed.
Just ran wide over that high curb and yeah, kaboom again.
More explosions going on.
Oh, well, this is going to spice this battle up even more now, isn't it? This is for the lead.
And Viverke. Oh, what? It's Lebert again. Oh, dear me. The state of that now.
Oh, here comes Keithley, and
Oh.
Thompson's having to defend.
They just. Tell you what, you can tell there's bad blood, can't you, Alex? Just by the way that these two defend the position. Because they're never staying in one part of the track, are they? There's never just one defensive move, is there?
No, not at all.
Here we go, one.
Just one.
One. Hey, I'm waiting though. Oh, here we go, Keithley. Good cutback. This could be it. This will be a crash. They won't leave enough space.
Ah, backed out of the corner there for Jack. Probably sensible. Maybe he saw exactly what happened between Thompson and Lebert the last time by. It's so difficult to get through there too wide, and thought better off it.
Just see though, if those two, if Thompson and Lebert weren't giving each other enough room, then you'd be lucky if these two will. We're not going to have anybody left at this rate. We've only got 6 of them.
We lost Baxter as well, it's worth pointing out. Oh, of course we did.
Of course we did, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the cars doing 0 miles an hour now, so Rafe Cullen's out of the pits.
Oh, is he back?
He's back.
Oh, so he's classified if he finishes.
Oh, good little cutback, and then has to switch back to the other side as Thompson reacts.
There we go. Yeah, you've got to pick. You've got to make the first move as a defensive driver. You can't react to what the other driver's doing, really. Into the chicane. Keithley's got a good run, and he was seeing Alex is so superior out of turn 1 that if he's right behind him, if he's as close as this, which he is, chances are he could get this cut back now as Thompson defends the inside. Keithley, look, over into the middle of the circuit. Yeah, really reducing the amount of room that Thompson's got. And now the momentum is with Jack Keithley, the Faker Sim Sport driver. He's going down the outside. Here we go. It's happening now. They are side by side now. Thompson's on the grass.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect move from Keithley. He worked that. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Pinched him down there as well. So, and now it looks like a cone that is being caught for Thompson as well underneath his front wing. That's going to give him a massive amount of drag. Slow him down in a straight line. Will it come free? It's certainly there on my screen. Maybe a graphical glitch, but we'll soon find out because he'll either get the draft or he won't here. Keithley will pull away.
Look at Paul Denton, Alex, and look at Yannick Ongena. Yeah. Could have a 4-car battle in a minute.
Well, Yannick's had a woeful meeting, hasn't he, so far? So it's good to see him have a clean one.
Terrible meeting for him. Depker is still running, actually. He's a minute behind. But he is he's ahead of Rafe Cullen, and he's behind him on the track, but he's ahead of him in the standings, if that makes sense. I think he just got going. Oh, Thompson's off.
Well, no problems with the straight line speed, that was for sure. He got the run there, and then had to go on the defensive one. It's Faker Sim Sport Europe against Josh Thompson right now.
Going to have to do that again. He's going to have to surely go defensive here because Denton's thinking about it. Denton has to defend from Yannick Ongena. Does Josh Thompson now have the pace? Get back at Jack Keithley. We saw in the first race he was about 1/10 of a second quicker, and he does have that straight line speed. If he can get back within 3/10 of a second, 3/10 of a second, 3/4 of a second. He's going to have the chance of that slipstream. Here we go then. Can we go on board with Thompson, Alex? See what he sees?
Do it.
Let's keep an eye out, I suppose, on them. Oh, maybe we could go on board with Ongano, actually, because then we'd see it all. And what we're seeing now is the back of Stephen Baxter's car.
Got a good run on his teammate.
Side-by-side stuff here. I wonder if Baxter's going to yield or whether they're allowed to race each other in Faker.
Oh no, and yeah, Yannick just lifts right out of it completely. Not wanting to go past his teammate.
Well, Denton's the leader in the M category, or at least he was. Up there, isn't he? Definitely.
Oh yeah, he's well and truly leading that.
Now that straight line speed, you can tell it's helping Josh Thompson close in very, very slightly. He's now within half a second, and that means that the slipstream is going to be available to him down the back straight, but he has to stay with Keithley, stay somewhere near him through this twisty part of the lap.
Wide for Keithley there as well. Poor line, and Josh is able to pick up the
it.
gas quite a bit earlier. He's going to carry a bit more momentum all the way through this section. Just nick the curb on the right hand side there. A good exit, fantastic exit from Josh. And you can see physically closed up through the corner, carried the extra speed all the way through it. Now he's got the slipstream, so got these 290 rights to deal with. This second one far tighter, by far the most challenging corner on the circuit. Jack with a great run out of there, almost breaks the draft just in that one corner, having a little weave around as well, trying his best just to see if he can get Josh out of that slipstream once more. So no problems with moving around at this point, but once it gets to about a 1/10 of a second, then it's got to be a bit of a firm defensive move around the outside. Oh, little jink to the right into the braking zone for Keithley. A little bit naughty, if I do say so, but Josh was aware of it and moved to the right. And yeah, avoided the collision, but it was enough to put him off going through that corner.
You said it needed to be firm. It certainly was. Thompson yet again getting a good run out on the back wheels on the straight. And that might be damage to the front wing of Thompson's car potentially.
Well, that was a little jink that Thompson didn't see come in, and actually there was nowhere for Josh to go, so pretty naughty on Jack's part as well. So yeah.
They've got some history.
Yeah, pretty aggressive driving out there for both of them there, but that one was probably just a little bit too much. Fortunately, didn't evolve in a crash, but did give Josh a little bit of wing damage. You can just see that there on the front right-hand side of the car.
I will say this: both of them have dished out some pain in this series to themselves and to others.
Massively sideways as well, going through that corner as his second back. So. See the straight line speed, yeah, he's quite a bit down on the speed now as well, physically pulling away as Keithley. So
oh no, he's okay, he's similar.
Well, now he's got it wound up, he's coming back at him, but definitely slower.
Doesn't have the draft anymore though.
Yeah, than he was.
Oh, that's flirting with the slow down there. Thompson's going hell for leather.
Ongano has gone past Denton, so Denton's let his teammate go. Can see that he's the quickest one and knows that might well just be able to go and run down Josh, especially Josh now got this bit of wing damage once again.
Hey, I tell you what, considering we had a small field to begin with and then half of them took each other out, this has been a really good race.
Fantastic, top four, this is where we want the action, you know.
I suppose here's the thing, you only need 2 drivers for a good race, don't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's exactly what Ververke and David Waldock would have thought in that first race of the night as well. They had a fantastic race. They loved every minute of it. Who cares what everyone else was doing?
Thompson closing in again then. With 2 laps to go. Well, 1.5 really. It's a good exit out of that 90 right. We'll see. He now has the draft. Now closing in, you can see it. You can see the effect on your screen. Closer and closer and closer. Keithley weaving about there, trying to break the toe. Thompson, great run here into the braking zone. He goes for it. He goes up the inside. He runs wide. Was there any? Oh, there is contact now.
And that was absolute deliberate as well, I'm afraid to say.
And Ongano has had to take to the grass. What's gone on there? I didn't see it from outboard. I saw it from on board with Keithley. So we'll see. Bosch Oh yeah, up the inside. But there was a first contact.
Yeah, there certainly was going in, and then
Oh.
he got run out wide. Jack moves over, but then he has a cheeky little steer to the left and blocks off Josh, and yeah.
Oh dear.
Just saw it on board. It was just a cheeky little turn left, just a little one, nothing major, but it was as clear
That's
as
what you
clear.
need. Now that's the difference between what Sebastian Vettel did to Lewis Hamilton and this, because that was a much higher speed, with a big speed differential between the two cars, and that is, and don't get me wrong, both of them are bad acts on the racetrack, but that one.
Benton maybe for a win here as Keith
pretty-
moves over to the side. He's got nothing for his teammates. They're going to drive straight past him
this-
as he's got that damage.
Oh, and he nearly drives into his teammates. And that's when you. Oh, and Thompson looking at the inside of Ongena now.
Last lap, so everything to race for in this final corner.
Oh, here we go.
Checkered flag is out.
Going to be Paul Denton, is it?
Going to let his
Oh, it's
teammate
gonna be-
go.
and
And Thompson's got
Thompson and
involved.
Ongena have crashed.
We'll look at that one back, but Keithy's gone past Denton. I don't
Thompson's
know why.
disqualified. Thompson's disqualified, and that's, and frankly, if he's got involved in an accident, well, oh dear, Ongena looks like he gave him no space there at all, and that's got Thompson disqualified. And well, I'm unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the great race that we were having, it ended up going somehow pretty much as we thought it might. And this is what I was going to say to you before the second crash, Alex, is that he's letting the personal issues
There was nothing
get
in
in
that
the
second
way
one.
of the title.
There was nothing in that second one at all. Watching on board from both drivers, we could clearly see that Yannick was keeping a consistent line. There was no jinking of the wheel
Oh yeah,
or
the
anything.
last one wasn't a problem.
Anything
was the
like
one-
that. And that was the same with Josh. He was trying to get up the inside, but of course Yannick was still squeezing him a little bit, and they just come together. But yeah,
No,
that,
it was the Keithley Thompson one
first
I was
one was
talking
just-
about. Sorry, that was
that
the
first one was just rubbish.
it-
Absolutely rubbish.
It's letting, like I say, it's letting the fact that they don't like each other get in the way. Keithley will get disqualified for that. I'm almost certain.
Yeah, because that is the penalties that will get handed out as well.
So all that
disqualification.
nonsense is for nothing.
Yeah, and
Paul Denton
letting
him through
letting him go
is
was for
rubbish.
nothing as
It's
well.
rubbish as well, and that's for nothing. So, frankly, for me, that was 10 laps of great racing and 2 laps of, I can't say the word I want to say, really, but crap is what I'm going to say. And to be honest, I'm going to say well done to the drivers that finished: Roy Viverke, Tom Depke, Paul Denton, and Yannick Ongena. But dear me, what a load of rubbish. We'll be back for race 4. Adam Bass should be with us when we come back.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
on the outside, contact made. 56 slides it into 4. Who's going to be into the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Runs on the grid for round 4 of the BSR Formula Renault series. After the mess that was the end of race 3, we join you for race 4. Rafe Cullinan on pole, Tom Depker in second, Rob Verker third, fourth Yannick Ongener, fifth Paul Denton, sixth Jack Keithley, seventh Josh Thompson. They'll probably end up crashing into each other again, let's face it. Stephen Baxter 8th, David Waldock 9th, and Josh Sonig in 10th, and Christian Rose and a couple of others. But there we go.
Yeah, no Lebert.
No Adam Bath either. Never mind. So Rafe Cullinan,
Green.
Rafe Cullinan leads us away. Oh, I feel like rage quitting the commentary, but we're still here. Rafe Cullinan. Oh, it's going to be 3 wide. Oh, hell. What's happening here?
3 wide, 2 deep as well.
Oh, is off. Don't come back on the track. 3 wide in the middle of the circuit as well. Baxter and Thompson. Thompson's nearly gone into the back of his teammate. David Waldock's trying to get through on Baxter. Heathley's already up into second. He'll need all the points he can get, let's face it, after no doubt he'll get chucked out of race 3, I can imagine. Thompson's going for it on Depker. Sorry, that's... Oh, David Waldock's hit Depker!
Okay, maybe some damage on the rear diffuser area, but seems okay.
Here comes Ongener. Got some damage from his own off-excursion, as we called it. And then also Honig on Waldock, but
Honig needs a race finish. 3 races. Or DNS, probably the worst night that he's had.
guess what's back? 2nd and 3rd.
Oh, wow, this should be interesting. Round 2.
Yeah, let's. I would say have a good clean fight, obey the rules at all times, but it's obvious that that doesn't apply. It's not as, let's face it, it's... oh, Cullinan, well, he's made a mess of the first part there. But luckily for him, it's very difficult to overtake through there, so... means that Keithley and Thompson have to fall in line. There'll be no falling in line now, Alex, so Keithley's going to surely go for it here in this right-hander because... oh, maybe not. I was going to say because he knows Josh Thompson is there. Tries the inside again, scares Cullinan off the track.
All 3 go by.
Yeah, that's all it was, wasn't it? He wasn't making a serious attempt there, he just scared him off the road.
Here we go then, side by side.
Oh, it's yeah, here we go. There's the little squeeze. Just to say, remember me. Here comes Keithley again. Oh, and he's moving over in the braking zone now as well. This is all good jolly driving, isn't it, out here today? I might just commentate this as if it was McGregor and Mayweather. Here we go then. Oh no, it's happening again. Happening again. This isn't going to last too long, I don't think.
Pretty much the same as the last race, just squeezing in the way in to get the better run through there. And Baxter right with him this time.
Oh, Thompson's made a mess of the first part. Stephen Baxter has really driven well in the second part of the meeting, and Keithley very close to the back of Thompson. You know the worst part about all this? They're good drivers, Alex. Good drivers and fast drivers, shall we say. As the weeks go by, I'm getting less and less sure as to whether they're good drivers or not, but they're fast drivers.
Yeah, red mist settles in, doesn't it? And it just changes. Comes all about. That's just let's just think we might have another, you know, 10 laps of great driving here.
That's very naughty now. Come on now. That's not on. Can't be doing that. Yeah, there we go.
Absolute dickheads.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it needs nothing. It needs nothing else. That you know, if you can't bother to race, just get off the track. Yeah. We don't want to see that.
Yeah.
You know.
Go away, a lot of you. You know, there's no point. There's no point at all. Because people are out there trying to race, and these guys just making a mockery of themselves. To be honest, they're making a mockery of themselves, aren't they? More
exactly.
Than anything else?
I mean, it's just pathetic. You know, they're better than that.
Josh Thompson and Jack Keithley, everyone. Right. Oh, they're still at it, by the way.
I'm not even going to bother focus on it.
No, I wouldn't either. Oh, Keithley's just gone off anyway. Anyway. Stephen Baxter, meanwhile, leading the race. Not really bothered with this. Baxter is...
well, Baxter's had a good meeting,
Baxter,
to be fair. I don't know what happened in that first race.
I have to apologise to Stephen Baxter then, saying he was Scottish, if he's not.
Yes, from Sunderland.
If he's from Sunderland, I apologise. I'm sure I saw him racing with a Scottish flag on the top of his car one time, and so that's my stupidity, not his.
For me, that's far enough north to be almost Scottish. Anyway,
oh dear, so. No. Well, we're going to have a referendum on our hands soon.
That's what I say, the Southern Fairy down here.
Yeah, mate.
No, it's nothing.
That's it. And you're not even classed as Southern to
well, no.
Some people. Dear me. I'm sure you've been called up north at some point, have you? By somebody?
I might have done from someone right on the coast, yeah. We're in the north here. What?
Yeah, well, everything's north to you. It's all gone south here, hasn't it? Oh dear. Where's Adam when you need him to make jokes about stuff? Where is he? We've got a good battle actually going on, I have to say. Baxter's kind of away, 1.8 seconds, but we've got Rafe Cullinan, we've got Jos Honig, who's actually survived more than 2 laps. which I'm absolutely amazed by. You've got Paul Denton and you've got Yannick Ongena, who are actually trying to race and not, yeah. So lost Depker as well, by the way. I don't know, not how that happened again. Did he get another disconnection? It might have been another disconnection for Depker. You know, I can't even remember. I do apologise, Tom, if I didn't quite see what happened to you during this one. Arctic?
Got hit
no!
From behind, didn't he?
Yannick Ongena hit him. They were dicking about him as well. I'll be honest with you. Down the straight, they weren't exactly.
We're going to go full-on fan zone commentary.
That wasn't exactly
the end of this season, aren't we?
That wasn't exactly the highway code there that those two were observing. I must admit. I tell you, I'm going to just start. I might just start. Yeah, next week we should turn up. You know what? Sod it. I'll down half a bottle of vodka before the race, right? Off goes Cullinan. From second place. I will down some vodka. I will come on, and you will never hear anything like it. Oh yeah. Damn it. We'll get Adam on the sauce as well.
I'll get that. Adam will get the viewer account as well.
And then, and do you know what? Sod it. We'll send some beers down to Bedford for you. And because you haven't got time to go to the shop and buy them, no doubt. It's funny.
Like that.
Yeah, we'll get
It's a 1, 2, 3, and 4 for Baker Sim Sport. Yeah, let's hope they don't mess this up.
I know, right, teammates. It's a funny thing. It's amazing, isn't it? You could tell a country mile off that they were teammates, even if all the cars were painted white. Yeah, you'd know, because they're about the only drivers who any of them give any respect to out there on the circuit. But, yeah, that's a little harsh, but you know what's funny? What's funny, Alex, is when I drove at Imola, I got nothing but good racing and respectful driving from everyone around me. You know, nobody. Okay, Yannick did crash into me, but he didn't do it on purpose. You know, he lost the car, and that was it. So it just amazes me one week to the next how we go from having genuinely excellent racing and good clean fun to crap. Oh yeah, it's just absolutely, it's just mental. I don't know. I've got no other words that are broadcastable, really, unfortunately.
Come on, Yannick, go for a move. I'll get out of it.
Oh, here he comes. No, here he comes. Connick just going to let him through? Or is he going to fight it?
Oh, yeah, fight it. Make him go around the outside. That's it. Squeeze him a little bit.
That's it. That's it. Oh, here comes. Oh, no.
Denton. Oh, come on.
Denton came around the corner, and there were two cars in the way, and there was nothing he could do.
Am I thinking this is the first time the series has seen a 1, 2, 3, 4 for one team? I don't think in the early days the Apex Racing UK guys did it. Didn't they get some 1, 2, 3s? But
I was thinking they did, but it was a 1, 2, 3, 4. Wasn't that in the MX5? Not the Winter Series?
Yeah, it might have been in the Winter Series or something like that. Oh, wide! God, just about avoids the wall for Denton.
Oh dear. Paul's trying his best not to finish the race, I think, at the minute. Cullinan's down to 7th.
David Waldorf, he's there. His car's intact. He did hit Tom at the start of this one, didn't he? Going into actually the corner we're heading into
wonder
now.
If, in fact, yeah, I wonder if that damaged Depker's car a bit more than what we thought as well, and that might have been why he ended up crashing with Ongena. I don't know, but for me, they were being a bit daft. In there. Meanwhile, Stephen Baxter. Well, we spent the second half of race 1 saying where was his pace going? Where, what happened to him after being up there at the start of the race? And
good consistent sort of low 18s at the minute for him. So yeah, he's happy. He's enjoying himself out there.
Get the win if he survives. I think I don't know if there is still stewarding for these races. I assume there is.
I think the protest forms are still there and everything else like that. So.
I hope they've got enough hard drive space to cope with that protest form. Oh, somebody off, is it? Did Roy Verke go really wide there? Did he? No, he didn't. It's alright. He's seen things now. Honig, Ongena, 2 and 3, but again, they're teammates, so they're not going to have a.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything to compromise this. This 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. So.
And the only teammate that's not there deserves probably not to be there, I would say.
I don't think Jack necessarily did anything in that particular one. I mean,
he did in the other one, though, didn't he?
Yeah,
so,
exactly. So
there we go. He was the one on that occasion, and then
and both as bad as each other.
And then Thompson does his usual daft shit. Oh, sorry, but he does his usual daft things.
Just let it go.
We could edit that one out.
Yeah, it's past the watershed. No one cares.
And I'm embarrassed now. And yeah, that's what it comes to. Again, 50-50, one or the other, but whatever. People can say what they want, to be honest. They don't like what we're saying because, you know, we don't go around doing things like that. So that's what happens, isn't it? But yeah, we've no battles on the circuit, unfortunately, because of that.
We might have one soon, and that's Josh is closing up with a Verke.
I don't think there's going to be much in that, is there?
What's there? What was the race where was it Force India got boycotted from the
Cullen and spins in the background, and that'll be David Waldock through into 7th.
Yeah.
Oh God, what race was it? It was when. What was the cause of it though? I can't remember what the actual.
I can't remember
why.
Either, but they wouldn't show him on TV. That was right, wasn't it?
Yeah. Let me find out what that's about, as we've just got a couple of laps left.
Doing that for the rest of the season.
Have a look. So, was it to do with were they on about boycotting a race or something?
I don't remember exactly, but yeah.
Oh, it was to do with that. Was it to do with the money thing, wasn't it? I think it was to do with the fact that Caterham and Marussia and Force India wanted them to give more money to the lower teams, didn't they? And I think they were being quite firm with it, weren't they? Or they were the only team to, like, say no to a vote or something. I think it was. I can't remember. There's nothing really on the internet about it, but Honnigan, Ongana. Oh no, that's nothing. But yeah, they didn't show them in the whole practice session, did they? Or qualifying, I think. So, and I think they did the same to Lewis Hamilton in practice 1 at Silverstone as well. You know.
But did they?
Yeah, I think they did after he no-showed London.
Yeah.
So I think I'm pretty sure they barely showed him in P1 at all. So.
Oh, heading on to the last lap, final race of the night then. The 8 cars remain
for that,
They're absolute miles apart from each other, apart from Honig and Ongana, but of course, as we've seen, they're not going to race each other. Come on, final lap, have it.
Oh, that's it. At least if they end up in a heap, it's not...
Got enough time to recover back to the... well, maybe not.
Ish.
So, ish, yeah.
Depends how big a heap, doesn't it? As Baxter coming through the double apex for the final time, you can tell he's taking it easy. Doesn't want to make any mistakes. He's got a lead.
Oh, he's very slow out of that corner, not even threatening it. He's cruising. He's letting his teammates catch up. Are they going to have like a bit of a photo finish? Come on, let's make it look good. Where it is, yeah, Denton's got 4.4 seconds to Paul. So come on, across the line, really close together, really milk it.
If there's any more stupidity here, and if Stephen Baxter doesn't win this race, then you won't see me again doing this.
Yeah, I hope they don't change positions.
Here comes Baxter then.
They obviously want to guarantee some drivers get through. Oh. That's exactly what they've done. Oh, that is... Yep, rubbish. Obviously needed the win for the to get through to the showdowns and the points, so...
Yeah, but come on.
It's Ferrari all over again.
It's not like he was 2 seconds in front, is it? And he dropped back. He lost 6 seconds on the last lap. Just go away.
Even Baxter wins the final race of the night.
Go away with that rubbish. I don't care about the points. That's nonsense.
Anakin third and Paul Denton fourth.
Absolute nonsense. Right. Yeah, whatever. I apologise, viewers, but that's just nonsense to me. If you're going to do that, do it earlier on, don't you?
Yeah.
They're under no threat. You do it earlier. You have, I don't know, whatever. Doesn't interest me anyway. Right, everybody. That's all we've got time for tonight. Thank goodness. And Alex, it's been a pleasure, mate, as usual. At least that's something that keeps us sane. Is working together anyway. We will see you, everybody, on Thursday night for the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship, which is in full flow and has been absolutely brilliant this season so far. We will see you there for more action from Apex Racing TV.